How has Uptown raised us? That's what we're talking about.
I think being from Uptown in New York in general,
Mm-hmm.
there's like there's a strength and independence that you get that you can't get everywhere else. Like, there's not many places where you go and you see a third grader traveling by themselves.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? On a
Mm-hmm.
bus or a train. You know, I think I started traveling by myself when I was like third or fourth grade.
Mm-hmm.
That's how old? Like eight, nine,
Yeah,
10.
that's eight. Yeah,
Eight,
that's
nine,
eight.
10. You know, and so from then you learn this responsibility and independence that other people don't get that young. Um, and I think there's a strength in that. Um, I think there's a hustle that New Yorkers and Uptown people from Uptown have
Yep.
in general.
In complete general, I I I think honestly you gotta have tough skin. I don't
Yeah.
know anybody. Well, besides, well, LA is different, but I know in New York, we are kind. We are not nice. We're not nice. And what I mean by that is, you go to the South and, they're very nice and they say good morning. Here, don't say good morning to us.
Don't talk to
Don't
me.
talk to us
Don't talk to
at
me.
all because
Especially if my headphones
you're
is
going to
in,
get ignored.
don't
Right.
say nothing to me.
And back in the day, somebody might roll their eyes. Now you just get ignored or it's like,
It depends. Some people might. It depends on the day, but like,
I don't know.
in
Early in the
morning,
morning, no. Don't talk
Yeah.
to nobody in the morning. And don't ask for no questions. Like, you got to just really have tough skin when you in New York. You can't be so sensitive. And it's only New Yorkers that I know who are like that. In other places, like, okay, for instance, the way that I talk is real, like, rough and aggressive. It's not, I don't talk soft. I don't know a lot of girls that talk soft all the time. And it can be perceived as aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
harsh, not feminine. Um, I'm too masculine like a man. And I just feel like it's just a very much a New York state of
Mm-hmm.
mind that you have to have, especially as a woman, because you have to be able to defend yourself and not just physically. I want to say mentally and emotionally with these
Mm-hmm.
men that are out here.
And women.
And I think if we felt like we was in a safe space, then we would be. But no,
I also think that comes from even younger, like
just lifestyle, like how you grow up. New York is rough.
New
New York is
York is.
hard.
It was fun though. Like, I enjoyed it, but like, I'm talking even as a kid. Like, you grow up, you get into fights. You
Right.
grow up, you cracking your mama jokes
Right.
and like playing.
And that will
like,
end up in a
all,
fight too.
yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So there's not a lot. I mean, there are places that do that, but like the way we crack on each other, and we'll go and be fine right after. Like, it
Yes.
never happened.
And there's
You
a
know?
lot of places like people that I know from other states. When I tell you sensitive Betty, like they're just so sensitive. And I think with male and female, right, we're able to crack and roast and tell your mama jokes with the men, and some people are just like, y'all find that funny? That's so offensive. And it's like, no,
It's just a joke.
it's just a joke. We take it as a joke. But yeah, that hustle mentality, I think that just comes with the lifestyle of New York. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you have a lot of single mothers, and we got to make it happen. I'm a single mom. You just have to make it happen. And then I think before I became a mom, just back in the day, I mean, the type of boyfriend you had a certain type of boyfriend. I want to say that, was out here in these streets, and you just learn how to keep your head on a swivel. Like, you had to.
I think we also, as New York, I don't know about the kids now so much, but at least I know I wasn't super naive at all. I was not naive. I was very aware,
Mhm.
because I had to be. Like, I
Right.
didn't like, and my mother, honestly, she would show me. She
Right.
would show me like, she would show me like crackheads and be like, what do you think they're doing?
Right.
And I would be like, I don't know, and she would explain to me so that I was aware.
Right.
Like, I've seen people get shot. You know what I'm saying? And she would just have to have the conversation.
Right.
Um, and so I think we're not as naive from young in a way. Well, I wasn't in a way that I think other kids growing up in like the suburbs
Hmm.
don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
No, not at all. Um, I don't want to say. I want to say in relationships. I want to say I
That's
was
different.
naive, but I do agree.
Like
I feel like
survival.
in survival
skills.
mode, yeah, I think because you're in survival mode and survival skills are out there, um, you could be book smart, but you always had to be street smart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what I teach my son. My son, his core memories of is when we moved to Jersey during COVID, and so he out here telling people he from Jersey. I'm like, you is not from no damn Jersey. You from New York. But when we moved back to New York after COVID was done, we moved back to New York, and it took him a minute to adjust to New York life. And by then, I think he was 8, and so living out here in New York, I had to do the same thing. On your way to school, taking him to school, there's nothing but crackheads in the street. And he's like, well, what is that? The trains are super crowded. And, in Jersey, we drove. Out here in New York, you don't have to drive. And it was a long adjustment for my son to really understand, like, what this is and crackheads and what are they doing. And being on a train and him making that adjustment, I then realized, like, a big difference from other people's perspective of their perspective of what New York life was like. Because to us, it could be really, really regular, and seem very normal, of course, but to other people, it's so extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, he's never seen anybody shot. I have seen somebody shot as well, unfortunately. And that was just a norm. And I think having a kid, you're trying to change the lifestyle of what you had when you were young to having kids.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't know from real life experience, but he knows that there are people out there that do carry guns outside of cops.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that was hard to explain. Having to explain that at such a young age, he wasn't even like 10 yet.
Yeah,
And
I
so,
was young.
yeah, you just
I was under 10, I want to say.
yeah, and he didn't watch like movies that seemed real, that seemed too scary to him. So for a
Yeah.
long time, he would just watch cartoons, and, Nickelodeon or wherever else. And he just this New York life, I realized, was just a big adjustment for him. And so I I tried to give a bit of grace for people that come from out of town, but I'm like, listen, you got to get with New York quick.
Move your feet.
Move your feet, yo. You do not know how to walk in New York. It's a problem, yo.
Move your feet when you come here.
Yeah, you can't
Or
be like,
step to the. Don't just stop in the middle of the sidewalk. Please, we will push you.
first of all, and shoulder bump you, and I dare you even say something. Say something. I'm sorry. Had a bit of a flashback.
Though.
It is
Like,
annoying.
especially if people come for 42nd Street and it's like, oh
Girl,
my God,
Times
God
Square.
forbid you gotta go there.
Can you move to the side?
Just
And then,
move.
then
And
they
it's-
look at us like, well,
What's
y'all
wrong
so
with you?
rude. It's like,
What's
you
the
in the
problem?
way. You in the
The
middle.
whole way you stopped right in the middle of the sidewalk.
Yeah, it's crazy because you come uptown, none of that happens. Everybody knows how to maneuver, and
Well, it's not as many people that don't live here as it is on 42nd downtown.
it's a lot more people that live here, but they still know how to move around. You know what I mean?
Because they live here.
Because they live here, right? Yeah, girl, it's just move out the way.
Yeah, please.
And they get mad if you like cuss them out or
Mad,
something, right?
Because you in the way.
Right, and then why you here? You better
Go
learn.
home.